Hello everybody. Today I have an announcement to make, and more than that I want to thank you very much everybody involved in this, and this is just my notification for you guys. I want to take your time and explain you what is it and why do I care about you and why do I want to thank you. Let's begin. I'm very excited to be engaged and soon to be married with Kriti. We've been in relationship for more than 8 years. It's a fantastic run of our relation, despite far and wide. I met her at ninth grade. She was beautiful back then. She is more beautiful now. And I'm very excited, very happy to be taking her as my wife for the entire life. This is a dream come true for me. I never thought about it when I was at 9, 10 class. This was something beyond my imagination, but somehow I keep pursuing the thing. I just keep hitting myself. Maybe I could have a chance, or I just keep sticking to it. I couldn't get enough of her, although I didn't get anything in the beginning, sad as it is. But nonetheless, I think you know me, I think you know Kriti because we've been studying together. We are classmates. If you don't, you know me because you know her because I told you a lot about her. I am very happy and I want to share my happiness and I want to let you know that I want to thank you for letting me be who I am, and I want to share this moment. So maybe I will start with my family. The main thing that I'm trying to make here is connect the dots, and in those dots you will be taking active part. So thank you my father and mother for being always blindly trusting me. My uncle Suvasankar Kandel and my mom, they have a one habit. This habit is they always trust me that I was a good student. I was good in math and science. I don't know how they get it, but they keep saying that again and again. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, you know. I had to somehow make them true, make it right. Maybe that's why I liked science and math that much, and I wanted to be a scientist. Thank you to them. I must thank my uncle no matter how the circumstances were, but he always had a special place for me in his heart, and he took good care of me most of the times. Now let me get back to my good old ninth grade. So Kriti knew my name even before I knew her, although I had to stick around for 3 years to make her my girlfriend, let's say that way. It's because I was first at that when I was going from 8th to ninth grade. I don't know how. I always focused on understanding things rather than being first, but that was the first time not the first time, that was a good time I became first. I need to thank all my teachers. They did a wonderful job. I thank you, Kriti, for coming to Kalanpur from Aptari. Despite the fact that I was not good at music, I had wonderful friends. Nagendra Gimire, Sunil, Rajiv, and a lot of other guys from Small Heaven. But mostly because of Rajiv and Sunil and Nagendra, I had to play drums. I'm not good at music, but I hacked my way to play some songs, to drum on some songs, which is a good thing that I still have. I like to play drums. I have some interest in music now just because of them dragging me. Thank you guys. Rajiv and Sunil and Sanjeev, they might remember me I having this mohawk hairstyle back in the days, influenced by Blink 182. That was an amazing hairstyle I ever had, and I have to thank you for that. I know you guys wouldn't do that for yourself, but you convinced me to do that. Or I was a little bit into doing it. But thank you for that. I had an amazing experience. If you have some photos, please do send it back to me. I want to share with some of my friends. So as I was saying, I wanted to be a scientist because people believed in me that I was better in science and math. I had to prove them right. The fun thing is when I went to Burankanta school, the first year I had biology, I nearly failed. I don't like biology. It confuses the hell out of me. I cannot understand. It is a rote memory. I'm just saying, those of you who are doctors, those of you who are whatever in the medical field, biology field, I'm sorry, but this is me, not you. Maybe people, Sanjay and Mo knows what I'm talking about. I just file blank A4 paper for the project file, I guess, for biology. I had a fever in biology exam, but everything went well. I did physics and math. It was great. I had 96 and 95 on plus 2. Amazing thanks to Kopil and the folks. They did amazing job. Kopil is a wonderful mathematician. Great pleasure meeting him. Sanjay was a good friend. Although we fought once, I became very close to him, and I'm thankful for that. And his family and his brother. So basically, when I completed BNKS plus 2, I was going home via microbus. But then I didn't have any scope in doctor or medicine because I only scored 42 in biology. That's the lowest I scored. I had a scope in science and math, which is civil engineering. I didn't know any subjects. But then Rajiv came to me, dropped me home. He always does. He's a good guy, as his brother is. And we are talking about, we both were into computers. I, Rajiv, and Nagendra are always into computer. Sunil also involved. We tried to do lots of fun. I did lots of programming before, but I never knew that you could do programming as a real career. That moment, right, Rajiv told me, what if we do programming as a bachelor's, which later turned out to be software engineering. I never knew the such field existed. Thank you, Rajiv. We have shared great moments, Rajiv, Sanjeev. I'm thankful for your family for hosting me when I was in Burlington, and Rajiv and Sanjeev for giving me love advice on how to deal with Kriti. Sometimes it went terribly wrong, sometimes it was quite okay. But nonetheless, I remember you guys sticking with me and trying to chat, helping me chat with Kriti on Yahoo Messenger, trying to ask me, trying to make me type to Kriti, can we be more than friends? My heart was pumping, but anyways, I had to do it. But then pretend it was a joke. Anyways, that's a long story. Then I had a choice. I'm also thankful to Chitis who understood me as a good he's a good friend from school. We played football together a lot. He's one of my best friends. He gets a little bit moody, but I know that and I can only handle that. Nonetheless, he always was by my side, wishing good. And I hope he gets this too, that I really thank him for helping me, for him helping me be motivated and encouraged to go on this relation. Nobody, he always supported me when in need. By the way, Chitiz and I nearly went to India to study, and at that time I had to make a choice. Now, Kriti and I are on the same educational level, and to be a guy, for a guy to sustain, no, to have a good relationship and take it to a next level, that means either marry, and yeah, there is no either, just marry her, would require the guy to be stable first. Girls always want to look up. They don't want to look equal or they don't want to look down. That's the principle. Being in the same educational level means that we didn't have any I didn't have any head start. But luckily she went into medicine that takes 5.5 years, and my bachelor would take 4 years. If I were to go to India and do this thing with this, my family already bought me a plane ticket and I had to cancel in the end. I and Chiti's both had to cancel in the end in the same day as our flight was to take place. Partly because that was my decision, because I would miss Kriti a lot, and I didn't want it to go to India, as you know. I had a good chance. I went to Slington. It was 3 years. It was fast. I had a head start. I felt I could do something after the college. I didn't know what. Nobody knows when you're back then. I wish I could have done lots of things in a different way. But on a second thought, they would all be the same as I did last time, because not knowing what you are going to end up is also a good feeling. I enjoyed my Slington time, and after that I started a company with Nagendra. We had a fun ride for 2.5 years. We did Hospitals Nepal. We did the app together. I became Android developer. Nagendra became Android developer in 6 days. I taught him, and he motivated me. And then we did this Hospitals Nepal in 6 days and nights. I remember those nights with Nagendra. He doesn't like to sleep, and I don't like to sleep alone. Not sleep alone. I just like to support my friends. We didn't like to sleep because we had computers, two computers, and working together side by side. It was fun. Then in 6 days we made this application and then we submitted. We just wanted 600 users maximum, but the application went out to 50,000 people, got a lot of media attention, newspaper attention, lots of articles, blogs written about us. We had crazy time. Thank you, Dr. Subhash Pekral, for having us. Although we couldn't catch up lately, it was wonderful learning from you. We started this thing together. Thank you, Nagendra, for being with me. We had rough times, but we went through that. Nonetheless, we became Android developers then, which was a marketable skill. Later on, we had to decide to make Hospitals Nepal for iOS, and that's when I turned into iOS engineer, which I'm now for the last 4 years, 4.5 years. The point is, one thing leads to another, and iOS engineering is a marketable skill. Android developer is a marketable skill, and no wonder we found ourselves working for different companies And I went to Tokyo because the company didn't make lots of money. I mean, good advertisement, but you need money in the end. In one hand, I went to support my father. I saw my father working hard, dedicated in his restaurant business. I tried helping him for the first 3 months. It was tough. The amount of work and mental pressure my father puts in to his business is tremendous amount. The interesting part about my father is that he is very dedicated, loyal, and honest. I don't know how can he manage to do that, but he is super straight and super honest and a nice guy. I admire his qualities of being dedicated, organized, and systematic and honest. I'm really proud of him. Whatever he did, he gave me this wonderful opportunity. So I worked there for 3 months, stepped into my father's shoe, but it was not something for me. I realized I was looking for a computer. I was looking to get into this computer programming thing. And then I realized all of a sudden I can work for a Japanese startup company. I work for a Japanese startup company. I work as a freelancer for an American guy. Thank you, Bruce McIntosh. We started a we had a wonderful time. Maybe we'll get back to it sometime soon again. I'm very thankful for you. I'm very thankful for my Nile Inc. And one day I got a contract from Germany, and boom, here I'm in Berlin. But before I moved to Berlin, I got this contract and I only talked to two people. I called Kriti and said, this is my situation. Do I want to stay in Japan or do I go to Berlin? I then immediately went to my father and said, here's the situation. What do I do? He knew that I was leaving to Berlin, and he was right, and I could see sadness and happiness in his face. Happy because he thought, or I guess he saw that I was standing up for myself. Sad because he's going to lose me and my connection. After all, he's there, hard working for a long time. He wants to have this family together. Nonetheless, with time I had to change. I came to Berlin. I talked to Kriti about the move. I just did, mainly for our relation, Kriti and me, to be better, to have a good future. Because now I had a point, okay, I can do something. I'm a valuable member of the society. I can market my skill and get something and be okay with that. In the end, I don't have to ask my father and mother for money for anything. Hope I will return back some of the happiness to them. But I could stand myself. And after standing myself for 2 years and thinking about, I could definitely take care of my wife, I decided to ask her to marry me. I decided to ask her to, I promised her I would marry her 5 years from now, 7 years ago. A little bit late, but nonetheless, we are on the right track. Sometimes things get delayed. So I talked to them. It's not an easy ride. I convinced my father and mother that she is a wonderful doctor, she is a wonderful person, she is a wonderful lady, she will take care of everything. They are convinced because she is a fantastic person. There is nobody ever going to be there whom I want to be more than her. And thank you to everybody involved in shaping me who I am. Like Steve Jobs used to say, you cannot connect the dots looking forward, but you can connect the dots looking backward. And I think everything that I mentioned here connects to a dot leading to this point. And on January 22, I'm going to get engaged with Kriti. And I want to thank everybody. Although I didn't mention all of your names, I want to thank you, everybody, because I am not who I am. Let me make it right. I am who I am because of you. No matter how small or big part you played a part. I didn't choose to be who I am. I did a little bit, but not much. You set me who I am. And looking back, I think I'm on a good track. And I would want your support. I would want your love. I would want your good faith in me, goodwill in me. Like always, my friends, my relatives, my family, I need you. I will also give back to you. Now is the moment I should say thank you very much. And I'm very, very happy to get my first goal, to marry Kriti. She is truly an amazing person, and I would have not had a better opportunity like this. Thank you very much, and looking forward